So, look, let's move on to the final game of today's live stream match week 1 review. And that game is the very, very disappointing result for Liverpool against FC Fulham. And I have to say, as a rival fan, I did not expect this. I did not. You see what I mean? I predicted Liverpool to defeat Fulham. And just to refer back to my prediction here, in this one, this was supposed to be a 3-0 win for Liverpool, in my opinion. You see what I'm saying? I expected Liverpool to come up against a newly promoted Fulham and take them to the cleaners, send an early statement to the other 19 Premier League teams that, hey, we are here again. We mean business. Not saying you don't mean business, but I'm just saying you drew the game. 2-2 draw. Could have even lost the game if it wasn't for some brilliant second half football there by the likes of Nunez and Salah and co, whoever else contributed towards that. But it was not the best game. It was not the best football played by Liverpool. And you could hear the criticism from Jordan Henderson in his post-match, Jurgen Klopp as well. And like I said, Jurgen Klopp always find a way to come up with some kind of excuse, though. What kind of excuse was that, though? I've seen it on Twitter that Jurgen Klopp said that the pitch was dry. And Fulham came out showing pictures of the sprinklers on and a lot of sprinklers. So how was the pitch dry? Where do Klopp come up with these excuses? This is what I want to know. And this is a question I'm posing to all Liverpool fans watching this video right now. Why does Klopp have to come up with an excuse every single time Liverpool draw or lose, though? Why can't you just say, yeah, we're outplayed today, such and such, we're the better team, and we just got to go back to the drawing board and come better next time? Why are you blaming the wind? You see what I'm saying? Why are you blaming the weather forecast? Why are you blaming the workload of the players when you have 1,000 preseason games scheduled? You see what I'm saying? It could be for preparation purposes, but isn't that a lot of workload on you and the team at whole, the squad? You see what I'm saying? Stop making excuses. That's my point. Let's get into this game. Fulham 2, Marco Silva's Fulham 2, Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool 2. And I think Liverpool are very fortunate to salvage a point here. 2 points dropped. Maybe 2 points dropped by Fulham as well. You see what I'm saying? You see? And not just a point gain, but 2 point drop. They should have gained all 3 points, in my opinion. They should have. But, Liverpool are a team. They have a lot of character. They know how to fight back. They know how to get back in games. They could have even went on to win it, but they did not play to deserve a win, in my opinion. A draw is a fair outcome. Just to refer to my notes here, let us take a look at let us just take a look at the lineups before we get into anything else here. Let's take a look at the lineups here. And let's start with Fulham. They chose to go with Marek Rodak in goal ahead of their new goalkeeper, of course, Bernd Leno, fresh from Arsenal. And maybe that's just for some continuity from the championship and not to just jump in with Leno and maybe see how Rodak performs. And then if he doesn't perform well, then you bring in, Leno. That's what you brought in Leno for. You brought in Leno for some quality, So you take a look at the 11 some more. Mitrovic. Alexander Mitrovic has to be involved every game, barring injury or illness or personal reasons. He has to be a part of every lineup for Fulham because he banging a lot of goals in the championship. And previously, when he did that, Fulham came up to the Premier League and failed to play Mitrovic. You see what I'm saying? Give him a couple games. He didn't play well, and then they just stopped playing him. You see what I mean? They can't fall to that, victim to that strategy again. And I'm predicting Fulham to stay up. And if they are to stay up, Mitrovic has to be involved. So that was a very good decision to start Mitrovic. He scored both goals for Fulham, of course. João Palhinha, he was rough, physical as well. And his presence also helped Fulham to pick up a point in this game. Newman making his debut. Andreas Pereira from Man United must felt good playing against Liverpool and getting a positive result. And the other players, a lot of familiar faces, guys like Tosin Adabarayo, former Man City youth player there as well. Kenny Tete, former Lyon man, Dutch man as well. Tim Ream, the captain, American international. Nice to see two Americans in the team there. Anthony Robinson, who was very, very good the last time he was in the Premier League with Fulham. Harrison Reed, a lot of experience with him. Neeskens, Kibano did hit the post, should have scored. Unfortunately, he didn't. The Congolese international there. Bobby Reed back in the league again. They could over Reed. Dexter Daps himself. And, Alexander Mitrovic, João Palhinha, Pereira, as I mentioned. Shane Duffy off the bench. He'll bolster the squad in terms of defensive options. Kevin Mbabu wasn't involved from the start. He'll give them some pace on the right side whenever he's involved as well. Mana Solomon came on and looked really, really good. They got options on the bench and maybe more to come. So, look, even if they don't bring in anybody else, look, Fulham show us that they could compete. You see what I'm saying? With whatever they have there. If you're going to come up against Liverpool, the mighty, mighty Liverpool, and pull off a draw like that with these players, expect good things from Fulham this season. I'm predicting them to survive, and that's 1 point in the bag towards doing so. We take a look at the Liverpool 11 here. Very strong 11. Alisson fit again, along with Van Dijk, Robertson, Matip, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Wait for it. I'll get to him just now. Midfield, Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson. Henderson heavily criticized for his immobility. Thiago injured, of course. Fabinho had a so-so game taken off in the 59th minute. That's, come on, though. You can't argue with that. Roberto Firmino had a nothing game, in my opinion. And the best players on the day for me, Luis Diaz had a very good game. Unfortunately, he couldn't score. He hit the post. Salah, hot and cold a bit. Started the game well, drifted it a little, and then came back strong at the end. And the man of the hour, Darwin Nunez. He's gonna score a lot of goals this season. I try to be as unbiased as I could and impartial as I could. And I'm not going to hate on Darwin Nunez like a lot of opposition fans. I've known this player before he came to Liverpool. And I'm not just all of a sudden going to switch up. He's going to score a lot of goals. And he scored his debut. He scored in his Premier League debut. Carvalho, he came on and he looked good for his cameo. Elliott as well. These guys going to have a big role to play. Milner, I think, had a chance as well that was blocked. But I want to see, if Liverpool are actually going to make any more signings. Naby Keita is still yet to feature. Oxlade, Chamberlain. We've always said Liverpool maybe need another midfielder, somebody who could come in with some dynamism, with some creativity. You see what I'm saying? So it's left to be seen to see if Liverpool are going to go that direction. You know what I mean? But Joe Gomez unused, Luke Chambers, a couple youngsters on the bench there. Liverpool bench looking a bit thin there, but should strengthen up as the season progresses. So look, in terms of my notes here from this game, let me just locate my notes here from this match because I want to actually just dissect this game properly, right? So very, very positive start by Fulham. Let's just make note of that. Dominant and direct. Liverpool not being shown any respect by Fulham in the opening stages of the game. And maybe that is something Liverpool should have done better. Start the game better. You see what I'm saying? Maybe get that early goal, put Fulham under pressure, force them to reply, and then score a couple more. You know what I mean? First 25 minutes of the game, still goalless. Fulham staying in the game, doing well, and very, very competitive in their approach. And Liverpool, they weren't themselves. They weren't, pressing as they usually do, the slick play, the fast movement. Who knows? Maybe they were missing Sadio Mane and Divock Origi and those guys. I don't know. Maybe they were. You see what I'm saying? But the goal came in the 32nd minute. And this is where this is where I'm gonna start criticizing a certain player by the name of Trent Alexander-Arnold, okay? And I've done this a lot in the past, and Liverpool fans always keep, are you his lawyer? You keep defending him all the time. I know he's good going forward. I know that. I know he scores, he helps a lot in terms of his assists. Could see his Premier League record, 45 assists is high, 10 goals. I know. Not criticizing him for his attacking prowess. He's good going forward. We know that. Okay? We know that. But defensively, he's not good. He's inept. He is inept. Very, very inept. And we've seen another example. Don't make me go back to the Champions League final. We're not gonna go back there. But we're gonna talk about this game. Let's keep it this game. Alexander Mitrovic bullying Trent Alexander-Arnold, jumping up on his shoulders and heading that ball in the back of the net. Okay? You got to do better than that. You got to anticipate better than that. You got to boss up Mitrovic's face with your head. When he's coming down on your head, you got to go up too for the ball. You see what I'm saying? You're too soft. Just want to put it out there. You're too soft. I'm saying, look, he does have some good moments, right? But you're too soft. All right. The goal was scored. Let's double back to the Henderson foul, right? Henderson did give the ball away. He did give the ball away, but he was fouled. That could have been given in another situation. You could criticize the refereeing for that. VAR was reviewed. Bam, nothing given. The foul came after the ball was kicked away. But come on, guys. It was a foul. He was trotted on. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. He was trotted on. It's not like if Henderson was acting. He was trotted on. And maybe it should have been chalked off by VAR. I'm gonna keep it 100. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it 100. If that was City playing there, I would have wanted VAR to chart that goal off because there was a foul in the build-up. Didn't happen. Okay, unfortunate for Liverpool, it didn't happen. And I know they're gonna say, "Hey, man, VAR against us, referees are against us." But at the same time, if you defended that situation better, the goal would have never been scored. Okay? So you got to give Fulham the credit there for continuing. Bam, bam, bam. Henderson had already given away the ball. You see what I'm saying? And the play went through. You got to give credit to the players over on the right wing for holding their run and, getting in behind and that cross. You know what I'm saying? That was a delicious cross. Who was that? Tete with the cross? Yep. Kenny Tete with the cross, and Mitrovic did the rest. So, good goal by Fulham. I felt good, though. I'm not going to lie, I celebrated the goal. Why won't I? You see what I'm saying? I'm a City fan. I want Liverpool to drop points. I'm not predicting you to drop points every game. That'd be like suspect. But I do want you to drop points, just the way you want me to drop points. You see what I'm saying? I'm just being as petty as you. Talking to the Liverpool fans all the time. I'm talking to y'all directly. No sugarcoating anything here. So good goal, man, and that would have given Fulham a lot of confidence, a boost coming up against an opposition like Liverpool to score that first goal of the game. And I think they deserved it. That goal was actually on merit. That was merited. Liverpool forced to respond. Luis Diaz looked bright. He hit the post. Unfortunate not to score. That would have been a very, very good goal. And I have to say, Fulham were the better team in the first half as well. Just overall better team. Liverpool needed to lift themselves in the second half, right? And I think changes were needed. If you go down to the lineups and you see when the changes were made, Harvey Elliott, Darwin Nunez, early changes, 51st minute here. And that was for Thiago, a forced change, his injury, and Firmino, who just couldn't get himself in the game. And those changes were good changes. Very, very good changes. There were more changes again. Fabinho came off 59th minute. James Milner came on. And I think James Milner had a chance that was actually blocked. So you got to give Fulham the credit. When Liverpool came roaring back, they put their bodies on the line and they kept them out. So Niskens Kibano did hit the post in the 57th minute. Very, very good play. Unfortunately, he did not score. Nunez did have a very, very good chance in the 61st minute with a cheeky, innovative, attempt, but it was foiled by Rodak. And then the goal came similar, very, very similar attempt, and he was helped out by Adebayo. And you got to give credit to that was Mo Salah with the ball into the box as well. So Salah woke up. He didn't start the second half too brightly, I think, but as Nunez came on and he started getting more involved. You got to keep Salah involved in the game. You have to keep him in the game. If you isolate Mo Salah, you're gonna have problems. Salah was your highest goal scorer last season, so you got to keep him in the game, man. And if it wasn't for Salah, the big money man this season, meaning his wages, he got to raise. So he got to raise his performances as well. Good ball into the box, and Nunez clinical, well, deadly, I should say. Clinical. I won't say he has not been as clinical as he should be, because if you go back to the Community Shield and this game, he should have scored a bit. He scored twice so far for Liverpool in Community Shield, and the first he could have scored at least 4 goals if he was more clinical though. But who knows? Maybe he's still acclimatizer. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt though. But Liverpool back in the game, but they allowed Fulham to go ahead again. And that's another controversial moment where Alexander Mitrovic was played in, allowed to get in behind, and Mitrovic with some, slick foot movements there, got the better of Virgil van Dijk. We know he does not give away a lot of penalties, but that was an instance where Van Dijk gave away a penalty. And I don't want to hear no Liverpool fans telling me about, that wasn't a penalty. That was a penalty, guys. Maybe the contact wasn't a lot, you know what I mean? But it was a penalty. It was a penalty. And Mitrovic, come on, he's a striker, he knows how to, initiate these things. Just the way Salah and Mane knows how to, you see what I'm saying? Get these pens. Mitrovic knows. And well put away. Well put away by the Serbian. Guys, remember, Serbia will be at the World Cup and Mitrovic will be at the front line as well. So good goal. Well dispatched. And I think Alisson did go the right way and he went on to him. Good penalty though. Liverpool needed to come back again. And who else but Mo Salah? But look, before the goal, there was a couple chances though. A couple substitutions made before the Salah goal. A couple substitutions made. Carvalho and came on. Mana Salaman did come on previously for Fulham. Couple, changes. Liverpool needed to respond, and they did. You know what I mean? Tim Ream and Harrison Reed, one putting their body on the line, the other clearing a shot off the line. Liverpool started to look good. They had the bet. They were the better team in the second half, in my opinion. They won the second half 2-1, but the game was a draw. But they won the second half 2-1. If they had more of a complete game, maybe they could have picked up the 3 points, but they didn't. But look, that Salah goal, Nunez with the assist. I think it was very fortuitous. Am I saying that word right? Fortuitous. I hate to say that word. It was a lucky goal. It was a lucky assist, I should say though. The ball played in. Fulham not dealing with it. It just fell on Darwin Nunes his foot. I don't think Nunes meant to lay it off for Salah, but inadvertently did so, and Salah in the back of the net, man, clinical as usual, and that was the equalizer. And at that point, Fulham, they needed game management. They definitely needed to walk away with a point and not force to go on to force the issue to win it, because if Fulham had tried to go for the win, they would have lost the game, and they could have. They definitely could have, with that Jordan Henderson shot that hit the post there. So, I think you got to give Liverpool the credit when they deserve the credit, and you got to criticize them when they deserve the criticism. And I think they deserve both credit and criticism in this draw. Credit for bouncing back after going behind twice, and criticism for not winning against a newly promoted Fulham and not being the energetic selves. You see what I'm saying? Where was their pressing game? The pressing, the counter pressing, the fast, slick movement. Maybe they were missing Sadio Mane. Maybe. Who knows? Or maybe they're just tired from all the preseason matches. Maybe they're not seasoned yet, but it's still early. Remember, Man City lost their first game last season and still went on to win the title. But I think for Liverpool, the key for them winning the title is actually a good start, just like the way they did when they won their only title in the last 30 odd years. I don't mean to rub that in. It's just facts. You got to start well. They basically won the league in October the last time around, So could they do it again? I'm predicting Liverpool to win the league. I just want to put it out there. I'm predicting y'all to win the league. Prove me right. Go out there and win the league. You know what I'm saying? The pressure is on. Am I putting too much pressure on Liverpool? Maybe. But as I mentioned earlier, I just couldn't bring myself to predicting City to do no damn three-peat, man. See what I'm saying? That's unrealistic. That's delusional of me. And for City to win it, do the three-peat, oh my God. Whoo!